Hello, hello, and welcome. I am very excited to welcome you to this public class. This class is about speaking and improving your English speaking. So I am very excited to invite you. If you want to join the class live, look at the comments for this event. I have posted a link and you can join using that link. Just click it and make sure that you click OK on the announcement. Then also check your microphone because sometimes when you join, your microphone is muted. So check your microphone when you come into the class. And also, if you are on my Facebook, you will find the same link there. The message function is not working once again, unfortunately. So I am having a problem messaging people who wanted to join. Goodness. So check the comments and you will be able to join there. And I will introduce the class while we wait for some students to show up. My name is Teacher Holly, if you are new. And I am an English teacher. I help students improve speaking and grammar in English. I also help them to reduce their fear of using English and to improve, their confidence. This class today is about learning something that many English learners do not know regarding English speaking. And it is about how in English speaking we use a different rule than for writing. For writing, everything must be very clear. You cannot delete very many words or take out. Delete means to take out. You cannot take out many words if you want to keep the meaning. So when you are speaking English, you can do this because of context. You can take out, for example, the word you, because maybe there is only one person in the conversation and you don't need to say the word you because it's obvious, it's known from the context. So if you want to learn more about this rule and learn a little bit about how to use it, please join the class and click the link. I will post it again. Let me see. I will try the message function one more time, so perhaps you will receive it. Let's see what happens here. I'm very sorry that there is a problem with the Google function today, but we will see if we can make it work.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
How
can
are
you hear
you?
me?
Yes,
I am fine. I am fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. One moment, I am having a problem with my audio. Google does not like me today. Anatoly, it has been a long time.
Yes, yes. I think I visited your class, but long time ago.
Yes, when I was working for another company, I think.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Uh, Using Google Hangout for practice English. I'm using also Second Life for practice English, and sometimes Skype, different platforms. And
Yes, that's
mhm.
exciting. I have noticed some of your blog posts.
Yes, yes. I have a blog, and I dedicated my blog to the English classes mostly. Not only, but mostly about it.
Hmm. That's great. That's
Mm,
very great.
I found that it could be interesting for many people because many people are interested in studying English, and probably for teachers could be interesting to know to receive feedback from students. Yes, and yes, it is a main subject of my blog.
That's great. Yeah. So if any of our audience is interested in Anatoly's blog, you can find it in my Google post feed because Anatoly is in my circles. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, yes, that's right. Anatoly
Won-
is my name.
Wonderful. Okay. I'm trying to fix the I'm trying to fix my speakers because your audio is coming. I have a headset, but your audio is coming through my computer speakers, and I think it's going to cause some problems for the broadcast.
Mm,
So pardon me for.
that's okay, but I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, good. Okay, wonderful. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about the people who are watching on YouTube. You know, it's just like uh, with Verbling, people can watch on YouTube, as you know. So, um, but we can get started while I figure this out. So, have you heard my explanation that I gave before you joined, or do you need me to repeat it?
I didn't hear
Okay,
your
no problem.
explanation. Mhm.
So, I was explaining that in speaking English, we can do something that is not possible in writing. We can remove words or take out words when we speak that we cannot take out when um, when we write.
Mhm. Yes, I noticed also uh, this one, especially when I watched movies
Mm-hmm.
about everyday life with slang or something like that. Um, or very often people don't use um, uh, good English, right English grammar constructions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what happens is that the context of the conversation, so who is talking, what we're talking about, um, where, sometimes the place, sometimes the time, it creates um, it creates knowledge in the mind, and so we do not need to speak as many words to keep our meaning.
Hmm. Yes.
So, good. I fixed the speakers. Wonderful. So, what happens is that
we have speech that sounds different from writing, and sometimes this is a little confusing for learners. It's understandable, but also if a learner can learn to use this technique, which, like everything in English, takes practice, it is possible to sound a little more natural. It can help you sound a little more natural.
Mhm. Yes.
All
Yes, I
right.
agree. I noticed, yes, but it is difficult uh, to study that kind of language, and most of time teachers gave me mm, advice for proper English grammar, and only from everyday uh, conversation we can figure it out how we can remove some phrases that uh, in the purpose that our speech sounds more naturally.
Yeah. So that is what I'm going to try to do today. Um, First of all, I can tell you, if it is your goal, there is nothing wrong with you speaking English better than uh, me as a native, for example, speaking English more properly. But it does make you stand out, sound like a lawyer or something. If you like this, it's good. But if you don't want to stand out, of course, the technique that I will teach you today um, will help with that. So we will get started, and if other students would like to join us, of course, they are welcome to do so, and they can just pick up when they are ready. Um, the Google message function to send a message to everyone is not um, functioning, but
Mhm.
I'm going to give you an example while I make another comment with the link just one more time. I will give you an example of what we are talking about. So let's take the example of two colleagues greeting each other at work. One is named Anne, one is named David. And Anne says, "Hey, David, how's it going with you?" Or "How are things with you?" Whichever. Okay. And um, David says, "Fine, life is busy as usual. How are things with you?" This is maybe what you would see in some course books, not always.
Mhm.
But um, if we use the technique, it's the technical name is ellipsis. Don't worry if you can't remember that; it doesn't matter. Um, if you want to use ellipsis, then you would take the context of the conversation and realize that there are phrases in this exchange or this little conversation that are not necessary. So, for example, when Anne says, "Hey, David, how's it going with you?" The name is not really necessary because she's looking at David and she is not looking at anyone else. If she knows him very well, maybe they have been colleagues a long time, she can just say, "Hey, how's it going?" And the "with you" is not necessary for the same reason because she is looking at David. She is not asking an imaginary person or someone who is over there. She's asking David.
Mhm.
Make sense?
Yes, yes, understood.
Okay, so um, David says, life is busy as usual. How are things with you? What is a phrase do you that can be taken out of this?
Mm, busy. Life is maybe. Life is could be removed.
Mhm, you're right. You're right. And there's one more. The next part of his
Uh,
sentence is, how are things with you?
how are things with you? How are things without with you?
Hmm.
Uh, with you could be removed also.
Hmm. With you can be eliminated. He can just say, how are things?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he could also say, um, with you or just you.
Mm, how are things? Just how are things maybe. I would
Mhm.
say how are things?
You're correct. You're correct. There are different options. So he can take out with you and just say, how are things? Or what is common is for us just to say you with a question tone.
Mm-hmm.
So Anne says, hey, how's it going? And David says, busy as usual. You?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Short and sweet. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you, and we are going to practice with a dialogue between Anne and David. If I can find, yes, okay. Excuse me, I am a little slow with the computer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Uh-oh, that's not good. You really don't need to be seeing my email. All right, let's try this again.
Usually I open a separate window and share this second window.
Um, can you explain?
Yes, for example, uh, I have, oh, yes, now, yes, I can see.
Hmm. Go ahead, finish your
Uh,
explanation.
Probably you use the same technique when I need to share my screen through Google Hangout. I share the second window separate from window in my browser where my Hangouts works, and
Mm.
it is a way to share only browser in a separate window of browser which I need to share without sharing desktop and uh, something different from what is purpose.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. In my case, actually, what happened is I accidentally clicked on the wrong window to
Mhm.
share.
Okay.
But I think you can see it now, yes?
Yes, yes, I saw.
Okay, so we can get started. And since I am a girl, I will take the part of Anne,
Mm-hmm.
and you will take the part of David.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Hey, David, how's it going with you?
Fine. Life is busy as usual. How are things with you?
I have no complaints.
That's great. Is there something I can do for you?
No, no, thank you. I just wanted to tell you that Jack, Lisa, and I are going to dinner and the movies after work Friday night. Do you want to come with us?
That sounds like fun. What time are we meeting?
We're meeting at 6 p.m. at Jake's Cafe. We'll decide on a movie then.
That sounds like a great plan. I'll see you then. Thanks a lot for asking me.
It's no problem. You have an awesome day.
You have an awesome day too.
Too long.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's your turn to practice with this technique, and let's see if we can, or if you can, pardon me, if you can um, see which words need to be removed. So we have discussed the first two lines.
Mhm.
So let's begin here. I have no complaints. What can be removed here?
Uh, have no complaints. 1 second. Uh, no complaints.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. David says, that's great. Is there something I can do for you?
Uh, maybe thank you. No, just no in the first sentence. No.
No, 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 no. Is there anything that can be removed from David's sentence here?
Great. That's
Mm-hmm.
hmm that's could be can be remove.
Mm-hmm. And is there something I can do for you?
Is there something I can do for you? Uh, mm, can I don't. I'm not sure. Is can I help you? But it is different type of sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yes, can I help you? This is a little more formal. Um, I will tell you, this one is a little tricky. So in this case, because um, is there can be removed because we can use a question tone.
Mm-hmm.
And the you is necessary because if I say something I can do for, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what? It's not a full sentence. So something I can do for you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I understood.
Mhm. And Anne's sentence, no thank you. I just wanted to. What can we remove here?
Uh, Probably no.
Hmm.
No.
No.
Maybe thank you. Just no, without thank you.
Right, right. And that depends. If she knows him really well, that's fine. If she really wants to be polite, she might change it to no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
But that really that depends on the speaker. But you are correct that in some cases we can just say no.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more that can be removed.
Uh, tell you this and maybe the first part of the second sentence. I just wanted to tell you that this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jack, Lisa. No, Jack, Lisa, and I were going to blah. Yeah, we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. And
Mm-hmm.
there's one more part that can be removed.
And movies. Mm-hmm. Maybe come with us. Do you wanna? Can be removed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wanna?
Wanna, wanna could not be removed because it means want to.
Ah, yes,
And
okay.
if she
Do
says
you?
come with us, it sounds like a command.
Mm-hmm. Do you? Can be
Do you?
removed.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
The with us can be removed
Ah.
because it's obvious.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, I agree.
hmm So, wanna come
Wanna come? Yes. Yes, I understand.
with our crazy American pronunciation?
Yes, and wanna is also it is so he heard it often in movies, for example, but it is very rarely where when students use it in the class.
Yes. So it's not, you are not obligated, you are not forced to, um, oh brother, pardon me, you are not forced to use wanna, gonna, have to.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on your goals. Um, some students tell me, I want to sound exactly like you. Or I should say, they say, I want to sound exactly like you.
Mm-hmm.
But, and if you want to sound exactly like me, then of course you will say wanna, have to, gotta. But if your main goal and your, we can say your ultimate, your finishing goal is to be understood clearly and give native speakers no problem, then saying want to, have to, it's enough
Mm-hmm.
and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's all up to you. It's not wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but you do need to understand gotta, have to, wanna,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
or then the you will continue to have problems understanding natives. But some of these things depend on your goals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so David says, that sounds like fun. What time are we meeting?
Mm-hmm. Fun. That sounds like can be removed.
Mm-hmm. Fun. Yeah, we could do
Mm,
that. It's very casual. We might say sounds fun
mm-hmm.
or fun.
Mm-hmm.
You are seeing, I like this. I want to compliment you. You are seeing possibilities that I missed when I prepared this.
Thank you.
Okay, what else?
And the second sentence, probably are we meeting? Just what time?
Mm-hmm. You are correct. So Anne says, we're meeting at 6 o'clock 6 p.m. at Jake's Cafe.
Mm-hmm. Uh, via meeting. Via meeting can be
Hmm.
removed.
Correct? Hmm.
And in the second sentence, will decide. No. Via meeting will decide on a movie then. And the second sentence, maybe then can be removed.
Possibly, but usually not, because if, for example, it would sound like this: 6 o'clock at 6 p.m. at Jake's Cafe, we'll decide on a movie. Um, it's possible unless the speaker really wants to make it clear that this is the time we are going to decide. We'll decide on a movie um, at dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It um, it very much depends on the exact message. A lot of English depends on the exact message that you want to send. But I think in this case, the then would be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I can also tell you that the PM is not necessary. It's okay to say, but PM is not necessary because obviously you are not going to meet for dinner at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
unless you are a night owl or something.
Yes, agree. I didn't think about it.
That's okay. Like I said, you have seen possibilities that I missed, so it's very natural.
Yeah.
Okay, David's line.
Mm-hmm. That sounds congrats. Uh, that sounds
Hmm.
that sounds like a just great plan.
Uh-huh. Again, a possibility that I missed. Um, Another possibility is sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you are not wrong. Please understand, when I'm telling you these things, you are not wrong. It's
Yes. Mm-hmm. Understood. See you. We can say see you
hmm
instead of I'll see you then.
hmm We can say see you then to show that we are specifically talking about the
Maybe.
meeting.
Mm-hmm. And just thanks.
hmm Thanks. Exactly. Thanks. Thanks a lot. To add emphasis. Either way. And next.
Uh, no problem. Just no problem.
hmm And there's one more.
And some have an some day
hmm Exactly. Why is the you not necessary?
because we they are talking only which each other. It is obvious.
hmm
And last line also. Have an awesome day too.
hmm Have an awesome day too. Another possibility is you too.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So I'm going to turn off screen share and you can see my face again, I think. All right. Okay, so what questions do you have about this
Uh,
concept?
I think it's clear for me, and we need to hear to listen to more everyday conversations for remembering it. Probably no rules. Maybe one rule I remember, if it is obvious that only two people here in the room and they are talking with each other, they could remove you.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't find any rules, just for mm, just habits, how people use it, just remembering how people use it.
Yes, there isn't a set rule. For example, verb to be plus present participle equals this tense. You know, there there isn't a rule like that. But the main rule is what is obvious can often, not always, be removed. So um, there are times, for example, when we were talking about the word then has a purpose to show that we are speaking about an exact time. But if we aren't worried about the exact time, then of course you are correct. We can take out then. So shall we practice? I have created a shortened version with phrases removed. Shall we give that one a try?
Yes, and we have another student, Ivan.
Oh my goodness, I didn't. I'm so sorry. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, thanks. And you, Anatol, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm so sorry that I missed you earlier. I think I heard when you joined and I thought it was Anatoly's background.
No problem. No problem.
Well,
I
wonderful.
invited some friends to join us, but they have some appointment and they get late, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. Oh, thank you, Anatoly, for greeting him for me and filling in.
You're welcome.
Um, yes, Ivan, it's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to see you too.
All right, so what we are going to do, since we have two students, if one of you doesn't mind being Anne for a moment, I will ask both of you to read the dialogue as soon as I prepare the screen share. Let's see. Here it is. All right, so who is going to be Anne?
I agree because I
Okay.
played the role of David and okay already.
Okay, so Ivan, you will read for David and Anatoly will read for Anne. Anne, start when you are ready.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine. Busy as usual. You.
No complaints.
Great. Something I can do for you?
No thanks. Just wanted to tell you that Jack, Lisa, and I are going to dinner, and the movies after work Friday night. Wanna come?
Sounds fun. What time?
6 at Jake's Cafe. We'll decide on a movie then.
Sounds like a plan. See you then. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Have a awesome day.
You too.
Very nice. Okay. Very nice. So can you see from this example how whoops, did that turn off screen share? Are you seeing my face or my screen?
Your face.
Okay,
Your
good.
face.
Thank you. Anatoly, I think you have figured out and by now, yeah, sleep by us. Some of these things are interesting. Okay, so do you see from this example how much faster the speaking is that way?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so in English, our need for speed creates some interesting things for learners because this is why we reduce some of our letters when we speak, some of our sounds when we speak quickly. This is why we say wanna instead of um, oh, we had somebody and they left. Okay. Maybe they will come back. Zach, we like it fast, as I was saying, and this is one reason why we use things like this technique of ellipsis and why we reduce things when we pronounce. And you do the same in Russian, yes? You say хорошо instead of хорошо.
Yes.
Do you do the same in Portuguese?
Yes, we have.
Can you give us an example?
Let me see. Como tu tá? Um exemplo disso.
Mm-hmm.
Is an example, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, como tu tá? It would be, this is the fast way. What is the slow way if we don't reduce anything?
Como, como você tem passado?
Oh, so you do like it fast.
Or even como tu tá?
Como tu tá? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How are you?
It's something like that.
Hello, we have a new student with us. Check your microphone. Maybe you are muted. I think it's Raj or something. Do you want to speak with us? Ah, okay. Your connection is slow. You can, if you want to, turn off your video camera and check your microphone, and maybe that will help. All right, good. Okay, Anatoly, can you give us another example in Russian if you want to reduce something? Maybe are there times when you can leave out words that are unnecessary?
It is very similar examples, very similar, which we read in this dialogue. Uh, for example, Uh, it is great, great, just great.
Mm-hmm.
Only in my native language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was great. It is not necessary to say it was.
Mm-hmm.
How it was great without it was great.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. And when you add the words, you add the words for very formal times, or do you always reduce this?
Mm, not always.
Okay.
When we are speaking, for example, on business meeting with boss, it is not common to reduce, and mm, it's better to say full sentence.
Uh-huh. Okay. So it's very similar in English if we are speaking, oh, for example, like a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
As I said earlier, if we are speaking like a lawyer, then we will often say all of the words. We won't reduce very much. Also, if we are trying to use the general you, um, we cannot reduce you, even if we are looking at a person. We have to use you because it won't be obvious in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Raj, I think is your name. In your language, can you take out words if the context gives the meaning? Perhaps he will write in his answer. Uh-oh. If you're speaking, we can't hear you. Ivan, in Portuguese, do you have to use all of the words in formal context?
Yes, here we use all the formal words too.
Mm-hmm.
But in the formal speech, we have some contracts that we use too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like more than a slang, for the language.
Right, it's more than slang. Exactly, exactly. Same with
And
English.
here we can say, as example, uh, você, which
Você.
means you.
Mm-hmm.
Here you can use se,
See. Oh.
just only se,
Hmm.
and and we don't need to stare stare at this. We can
Mm-hmm.
we can be beside or next to the people, that
Right.
we talk. And each state has a kind of slang, Same as
Mm-hmm.
I think same is I think it's the same in the US. Like
Mm-hmm.
like we see in the movies. Let's say in New York, Brooklyn has something slang, and I don't know, Texas has something has
Yeah,
some.
Texas does have its own slang.
I think it's as Anatoly said, is pretty usual
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
these slangs in all the country.
Yeah, I think so. But to be clear, what we are discussing today is not about slang. It's about the difference in, we can say the difference in spoken grammar versus written grammar.
Okay.
So if you had a chance to see the full dialogue that Anatoly and I were um, editing, the um, the dialogue there was more like you would see if you were writing a conversation formally. But the second one that you two practiced is very much like it would sound if two people were speaking.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. With words taken out. For example, you have an awesome day. You have an awesome day too. It's have an awesome day. You too. Easy, easy. So, what are some ways, Anatoly, back to you? What are some ways in your life that you can begin to learn more about this and maybe practice it?
Some ways, just practice. Uh, if we wanna to speak naturally, um, I think it is necessary to try it. By the way, I used wanna the first time probably in my speech
Mhm,
during English conversation, wanna, because before that I used only I want to.
mhm, mhm. So be careful when you use wanna, you don't need to. So wanna speak,
I wanna
wanna
speak.
laugh, wanna practice.
Yes, I wanna practice.
Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Yes, I did notice that. That's great. Um, so practically, can you tell us practically what is an act that you can do to begin practicing? For example, who can you begin practicing this technique with?
Probably with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, mm, during relaxing activity during free time. Not in the business area, in
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
probably on the beach, for example, on the
Yes.
dance pole, for example.
Mm-hmm. In the dance hall. Also, I would suggest if you have a good relationship with your English teachers, for example, a teacher that you have been working with a long time, I think this teacher would not mind if you wanted to try to use some of this technique with him or her. Um, most teachers are very nice about that sort of thing. Um, and Eva, what about you? Are there some ways that you can practice this?
uh, I think I can practice with my colleagues of on my work,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because we have some kind of group, study group, you know, and they even and they try to learn English too, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but they very shy.
They're very shy. Yes, so you can ask
Yes,
them to watch the replay of this class and learn about the technique, and then you guys can try it.
yes, and then my boss, he's a little less shy, and sometimes he wants to speak with me, He tried to practice with me,
Mm-hmm.
and even now he's in Canada on vacation,
So
doing
he tries to
doing
practice with you. Good.
yes, and I'm waiting to he. I waiting him back, to take all of knowledge that he take on Canada and practice with him, you know.
Hmm.
But my mailing way of practicing is really in my job, you know.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes, if you have a strong enough relationship with your colleagues, for example, if you speak informally with them in Portuguese, then there is no problem speaking informally with them in English. Same with your boss. In American culture, sometimes it is true that we develop a relationship with our boss that allows us to speak more informally with them. US compared to many cultures is very informal. So,
uh, Here in my job, we don't have too much, how can I say, liberty, you know, with our
mhm.
bosses because I work for the army, Brazilian army, you know.
Ah, I
So
see.
we have to keep this distance between some circles, you know.
Yes, and in the military, formality is quite common. Same here.
Yes,
Same here. Um,
my friend that
okay.
I I was invited. He's telling me that he's watching, but
Oh, well,
he's
welcome.
very
Thank you for watching.
but he's very shy. So, but he's trying to download some plugins, you know, and maybe he can join us still on time.
Wonderful. Yes, let me see. Yeah, probably next time. Class is almost over,
Oh,
so I will finish with some suggestions I have for practicing this, more for learning using more examples. Um, so one suggestion I make is that you find short conversations on YouTube. Um, so maybe 5-minute conversations on YouTube, and if they have subtitles, good. If not, just try your best, to listen and understand what they are saying. And try to see if you can notice the times when they take out words. For example, two people talking about sports or something else. Um, TED Talks are not good for this exercise because they aren't always formal in TED Talks, but they aren't having a conversation. Another suggestion I make for practice is there are websites on the internet with practice dialogues, and sometimes the dialogues use this technique, sometimes they do not. Or uh, as you probably noticed, especially Anatoly, there are different ways to do this, different words that you can leave out. And each speaker is a little bit different in how they use this. So maybe you can find words, like you did in my dialogue, maybe you can find words that the author of the dialogue could have left out but did not.
Mm-hmm.
And always try to think about why, okay? Because the why will help you understand the mind of the speaker and the mind of English.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scary place, but you must travel there. Okay, well, I am so grateful to both of you for joining me today. It was wonderful seeing both of you again and teaching you. Um, if anyone who is watching has comments or questions, please comment on the video. If anyone is interested in private lessons, Please do check out my website, hollytreeenglish.com. That is hollytreeenglish.com. Or if you are just interested in the blog, there are other classes on YouTube. You can join me on Google Plus or Facebook. I would very much enjoy connecting with you. Thank you so much for watching. And where is the stop button? There it is.